Hello everybody, today I'm going to walk you through the basic equipment setup that you might need for a video shoot. The lovely folks at SmallRig have been kind enough to send us a bunch of different products so I can walk you through these individual products but also the use cases for them and why you might want to use them on your own film set. So essentially this video is perfect for anybody that is used to using natural light and perhaps even shooting handheld with a naked camera body. That of course is fine, you can get some really great shots by doing that, but I'm just here to sort of tell you about how these different bits of equipment could be used to up your game. So let me start with camera cages. The benefits of this are largely so that you can attach things to your camera with ease, be that a microphone, an external monitor, or some of these handles here. A standard camera, it doesn't have a lot of in points, a lot of screw points, things like that, which means that then it's hard to attach products to it. It also means that if you want to put your camera in a slightly stranger position, a cage will help you do so massively. This one here is the HawkLock quick release from SmallRig, and the quick release function of this means that you can obviously attach and detach things, or detach, I don't think deattach is actually a word, but there you go, with ease, which then means that of course if you're changing your rigs really quickly, it helps you do so. The most important thing when it comes to looking into your cage is that they are very much not one size fits all. You can't just grab a cage for a Lumix body and then go pop it on a Canon body or whatever. They're going to be massively different sizes and it just simply won't work. So really make sure you do that research before you purchase. One of the most primary reasons for using a cage is so that you can then stick attachments on, and one of the favored attachments to pop on is handles. So what I'll do is I can just quickly obviously pop that on there, and then you can get a nice firm grip on your camera. Now I also own a side handle. This side handle that I've got is really nice also because you can see here it rotates. This is perfect because if I'm filming a low down shot, I probably want it like this, you know, horizontally aligned. But then when I'm filming something like top down, I can almost, you know, there's so many different ways you can use this handle to make sure that I'm having that firm grip. I just love using both a top and a side handle because I really enjoy shooting handheld, but I don't like a lot of the micro jitters that you're typically going to get if you shoot handheld without these attachments. One of the other features of this quick release system, which I've designed myself, is that I have a little SmallRig mounting point here for my monitor, and then you can just tighten and untighten that and then use that just to make sure you're adjusting the angle of your monitor to be correct. But you might also notice that I have a quick release plate on the bottom as well. That quick release plate just allows me, if I do it correctly that is, to just pop it on there with ease, but then that also means that if I want to take that off at a moment's notice, I can do. And that's because you'll find that I actually have the exact same quick release mount on the bottom of my gimbal handle here as well, so that then if I want to switch really quickly between shooting on my gimbal but then still monitoring it with my external monitor, then I can just switch between the two products really easily, and then I can use this top one just to twist it in place and make sure I get the angle correct. Moving on to the next product I'll speak about is lighting. Lighting is extremely beneficial within filmmaking because right now you can see I'm in a kitchen. There is no natural light here, right? It doesn't look particularly amazing. Therefore, we're going to have to light it ourselves to make sure that it achieves the look we want. The one that I have in particular is called the RC100B LED video light. And I think this is really cool just because of how tiny it is. But the other thing that is really impressing me is that actually it still delivers 100 watts of power. It has a range of colors that you can choose from. It can go from 2700 to 6500 kelvins. So of course you're getting a nice balance between sort of a nice warm tone versus a nice cool tone. It also comes with this little, I guess it's like a softener. I wouldn't really necessarily call this a soft box. It's actually like a little piece of silicone, which you then just pop on the top and it will diffuse that light an awful lot. I've never seen one of these before, but I think this is a really cool little design. And then it also comes with a reflector. This reflector is just going to massively brighten the output of that just by having these reflective surfaces. Now, obviously there are limitations to the fact that this is a 100-watt light. 100 watts is bright, but it's not crazy bright. You know, if you're working in really big rooms, if you're working from far away from your subject, it's probably not going to do that much. But if you're working close to your subject like we are today, you'll be surprised at how much power output that can give, and that can really change the look of your footage. One of the last features of this light, which I want to run through, is the fact that you can charge it, or sorry, power it, I should say, using either USB-C or D-tap. But actually what I'm going to be doing today is I have this lovely little V-Lock battery from SmallRig, and I can just pop it on there, just as simple as that. And now this V-Lock battery will power this light. I've moved over here to tell you all about this SmallRig free Blazer tripod. And firstly, I'll just go over why you might use a tripod. Now, I know that this seems pretty obvious probably to a lot of people, but it's to get nice static shots. Tripods just allow you to have a level of control to your image that is probably harder to achieve with other tools like gimbals, handheld, even dollies and stuff. There's something about a tripod which just lets you have a slightly more methodical process to capturing your images. Now, features of this tripod in particular that I like, it has a counterbalance system. A counterbalance system, for anybody that doesn't know, it will do this. You see how rather than just staying in place there, it bounces back. That's essentially so that then when you put a heavy camera payload on, it will then counterbalance the weight of that payload to keep it in place. And it also just means that then the tripod and the camera rig are better supported and you can more easily control what you're doing. You have a plate here. This plate is a standard Manfrotto plate, which means that it's going to be compatible with most Manfrotto style tripods, but it also means that it therefore is compatible with the same plate that it takes for the RS series of gimbals. Then I can just take this, which I may have been shooting on with my gimbal, and immediately just pop it on the top like that, take it off like that, and then I can mount it on other tripod systems that are using the same plate or other gimbal systems that are using the same plate. Having this all unified just saves so much time and it makes the whole process really simple. But let me move on to what I think is actually probably my favorite feature of this tripod, and that is the one-step locking system. So there is a handle here, and if I use that handle, it can extend or retract all of the legs at once. A lot of tripod systems often have a handle at each different extension point on the leg, which means that actually it's much more difficult to use. So hopefully that is a useful overview in terms of why you might want to rig your camera out with all of these various different accessories. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually play you this sort of 30-40 second video that I've made of our baking process. And hopefully you can actually see how I've utilized all of these different bits of equipment: a tripod, a gimbal, handheld shooting, making sure that I'm correctly exposing my image using a monitor and easily mounting that to whatever system I'm using. And then also how I've achieved the actual look I want from my footage using just this one small little light.